Hang on, good morning. Voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let's wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join because I have to give a walkthrough of the graphic portal. This will be joining meanwhile. So we'll start with the class and then in between I will walk you through graphic portal. A few of you will be having a question how to log in, any other stuff. And those who have missed the first class on Friday, I will request to go through the recording. Recording has not been shared. We will share it again. You correct with Firdaus. Firdaus is the admin in the group, so she will take care. I think recording I will start at 1 minute. Recording has started. So Firdaus, she takes care of all the admin activities. Okay. So if you're facing any issue down the line or regarding assignment, recording, any other thing, you can connect with her or you can directly ping in the group as well. Okay. So fine then. Uh, any question first of all? The topics which we have discussed in the previous class. And I will request everyone, those who have missed the previous classes, to go through the demo class and to go through the first class. Demo class was conducted on 7th, that is Thursday IST. And first class was on Friday because when you will go through the demo, you will understand many of the flow of the class. Okay. And then you can log in this like a live SQL. Is my screen visible? Audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Any question on the topics, whatever we have discussed in the previous class? Is my voice breaking or is it fine?
Fine.
It's
Hello,
fine, sir.
Okay.
fine. Previous class we have discussed about how to apply filter with the help of where clause, where keyword. So we discussed that in the SQL. Whenever you want to apply filter, you have to use that where keyword into apply filter. So I have written here where subject equals physics. It means I want to apply filter on the subject column and the value is. Then I have explained you how the engine will filter it or it will display this. This is the order of execution. Order of execution means this is how your SQL executes that query one by one. Then here in this query, I have shown you the use of OR keyword, how it behaves, how it works. So in OR keyword, we have discussed that first of all, the first condition will be evaluated. Okay. And to that, so here the first condition is subject equals PHY. So engine will filter it out PHY. And then for the remaining rejected records, it will check the next condition. Okay. Same thing is here only, same thing. And here I have explained you that OR condition which we are applying as a filter you can apply on two different columns as well. You could see here the first condition is on subject column. The second condition is on, okay, here both are same. Sorry, here this one. Applied or condition on two different columns. One is the subject, another is the marks. So yes, it is allowed. You can apply this or condition while filtering the data on two different columns as well. This is allowed. Okay, and then here we have discussed about the in operator. Like suppose here you have to search for bio, or CHE, chemistry, or mathematics. So instead of writing this n number of times, you can directly write here in bio, comma, chemistry, comma, math. Okay. So, and then we have discussed about the performance of a query. If you're giving more tasks to the query, performance will be bad. If you're giving less tasks, performance will be good. And I think we have shared assignment as well in the previous class. So before I proceed with the next topic, do you have any question, anyone? Either from assignment or what all topics we have discussed. Do you have any question? If no, let me proceed further. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. So in the previous class, net, we have seen how to create a table, how to insert data, and please feel free and ask question if you have any. Third is how to display records, and the fourth is how to apply filter condition, filter using where clause, and then or condition, and then in operator. We have discussed all those things. Okay. Now we will discuss and operator. Okay. Now for that, let me take some example. Let's take some data here. Let's take this example. This is a products table. This is a products table. So here you have the different product ID, product name and price. Let me show you the data. Start from. So this is the data in this table. I will try to explain you how the AND keyword works, how it is executed, and what are the use cases. Like suppose here I have a requirement where I have to 1 minute. So this will not be clear. 1 minute. Use multiple conditions. Let's take 3. What? This record. This is student table. Now suppose in this table, if the requirement is to display, great. This is a student table. Now tell me one thing. If I have to show or if I have to display only those records where result is pass, then what I have to do? My question clear? Here, suppose
Yeah.
I have to display only pass records. So on which column I have to apply filter?
Result.
On the result.
Result column. Okay. So I will write here where result equals pass.
On the quote.
Dot.
I feel the man, the one of the planet Tabula, bringing it like a smuggler and bubble of the molecular, be a leveler, so me on the tumbler, I single element from love, like a smuggler, I see
So I'm executing this.
of Shiva, be a in the time of the planet Tabula, bringing it like a
Getting some
smuggler.
background noise. If someone is asking question, that's good. I'll mute everyone. I have muted everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute and you can ask. So this is the output, right? So here you could see I have applied filter on the result column. Result equals pass, and I'm getting all the pass students, right? Is this clear? Okay.
Yes.
Now suppose on top of this, the requirement is that, okay, fine, we have displayed the students where result is pass, but I have to show only those pass results who has appeared in mathematics. Is the requirement clear?
Yes.
Now the requirement has changed and my client is telling that please display only those results which is pass, but subject must be maths. It means now you have two conditions, two criteria to satisfy. What is the condition one?
The result is
Result
passed.
must be pass. What is the second condition?
Subject should be
Subject
math.
Of the mass.
must be maths. So it means now my client is telling that Tanvir, I want only those records which satisfies both the conditions. Result must be passed, but in mathematics only. I'm interested only in mathematics, how many students has passed, right? So to cater to this requirement, so can you write this query? I have written this requirement. And this is the output. So please confirm, is this the expected output? Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Is this the expected output?
No.
No, no, sir.
Is this the expected output, guys? Yes or no?
No.
No, sir.
So why this is not the expected output?
Because in
Yes.
subject we only need maths.
We need math. And there we have physics.
We need only maths and the result should be passed, right? Let me do one more interesting thing in this step. 1 minute. Hold on. I'm inserting one more record. I'm executing the same query again. I'm getting this data. Do you think this is the correct output as per this requirement? Yes or no?
No. No, sir.
Why no? What is the reason?
So it is catching.
Why no?
So
Hmm.
it is catching all the result where the means all the record where result is pass, and we need a record where the result is pass, but with the combination of subject that is maths only.
So
in
here, as per the question, you have to satisfy both the condition. Result must be pass and subject must be maths, right? So
yes,
do you think this is satisfying both the conditions?
no,
No. This is satisfying any one condition. Which condition it has satisfied? Condition 2 only. Subject must be maths, right? So as per the question, you have to display those records where the subject must be maths and result must be pass. So that's why you cannot use OR operator here. What is the significance of OR operator? It will display the records who will satisfy the first this condition or this condition, anyone, right? Now, when you have a requirement where you have to satisfy both the conditions mandatorily, this is mandatory to satisfy both the conditions, then in that case, you have to use AND operator. Instead of OR, you have to write AND. Now, the meaning of this AND operator is you are telling SQL engine, I want only those records which should satisfy this condition as well as this condition. Now check the output for this. This is the query and this is the outputs. Do you agree with this output? You think this is the correct output?
yes,
Yes. It has, if you see these three records, these all three records, they're satisfying both the conditions. Result must be passed, so result is all pass here. Subject must be maths, subject is all maths here. So whenever you have to satisfy both the conditions, then in those cases you have to use AND operator. And that's why AND operator is also known as a strict operator. Strict means it will check all the conditions. If all the conditions are satisfied, then only it will give you the output. Now let's try to understand how the SQL engine will execute this query internally. Okay. So here, which keyword will be executed first?
from,
Why you're taking this much time, guys?
Sir,
so, can you hear me?
From will be executed first. Ah, yeah, I can hear you. From will be executed first, right? So
Yes,
from a student means you have to take a copy of this student table. Got it?
yes,
yes,
After from which keyword?
where?
the filter,
After from we have to, the engine will apply the filter. What is the first filter condition? Where result equals pass. So engine will understand that on the result column, I have to apply filter. So in this result column, engine will check where it is pass. So this is pass, this is pass, this two will be selected. This is fail, this will be rejected. This is pass, this will be selected. This is fail, this will be rejected. This two are pass, will be selected. This will be rejected. Is this clear? So based on this first condition, result equals pass, engine will filter this pass records and the one which are failed will be rejected. This first condition is clear. Now after this, you have written AND operator. The meaning of AND operator is whatever condition is mentioned here, you have to satisfy both the condition. Now, what is the next condition here? Subject equals maths. So now in the subject column, you have to search for maths, right? Now, here is the twist. between and or. Based on the first condition, you have filtered out these records. 1 minute. Based on the first condition, that is result equals pass, these records are selected and these records are rejected, right? But after this, you have a second condition, subject equal maths. Now, the subject equal maths, you will test, you will check on the selected records or on this rejected records. On which record you will test this?
Sir, on both.
No, it will check on the
Both.
selected record.
Oh, yes. Only
It will,
selected records, right?
it will check on the selected record.
Okay, let's see. Suppose there is an interview, okay, in a company ABC Private Limited, okay, and suppose this this is for data analyst job 5. They told that they will be having round 1 technical round related to SQL, round 2 be technical related to Python, and only those candidates will be selected who will clear round 1 and round 2 both. Only those candidates will be selected who will clear round 1 and round 2 both. Okay. Now suppose I have a candidate, John. He cleared the round 1. I have a candidate, Tom. He cleared the round 2. Okay. And so Tom has cleared round 1. Tom has cleared round 1 and round 2 both. So who will be selected here? John or Tom?
Tom,
Sir, Tom.
Of course, Tom, right? Because he has cleared both the rounds. So similarly, in this only those records will be selected who will clear both the condition. Now this has cleared the condition 1. Now suppose there is one more candidate, Sarah. Sarah has not cleared. She failed in round 1 itself. So do you think Sarah will go in the second round?
no.
No. Similarly, this records has failed in the first condition itself, result equals false. So why you will check the next condition for this, subject equals maths. Sarah has failed in round 1. There is no sense of Sarah attending round 2, right? Got it? Even the
Yes.
company will not allow her to go for round 2 because she has not cleared round 1. She has failed in that. Similarly, these records has failed the condition 1, result equals pass. So that's why now the second condition, subject equal math, we will check only on those records which has cleared the round 1. So these records has cleared round 1. So we will check the second condition, subject equal math, on these set of records. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the key difference between AND operator and OR operator. Now, if you remember the OR operator, which I have taught you yesterday, if you have revised it, so see, oh, sorry, what I have done here, subject equals physics or subject equals biology, we are searching here, right? So first of all, you have checked first condition, subject equals physics, and based on that, you have selected these records. Now, subject equals biology. If you remember, you were checking this on the rejected records because you were giving one more chance to them, right? Or else you can see here, physics or maths. So first condition, subject equals physics, you have selected them, right? Now the next condition, marks greater than 15. You were testing this on rejected set of records. But in AND condition, it is the other way around. Okay. You have to test the first condition, result equals pass. And if it is AND operator, then the next condition will be tested on only those records which has cleared the first round. So subject equals mass will be tested on these records only because they are the one who has cleared the first round. And they are finally and permanently they are rejected. They will not get any other chance. Is this clear? Okay. So now you will
I'm
check
still not
maths here. So this is maths. Yeah.
I'm still not clear about the OR operator, especially when we are using
Are
two
you asking
columns.
question?
Yes. When we are using the OR
Covered day
operator
before
in
yesterday. I
two
will repeat it. Just give
columns.
me 1 minute, okay? Uh, I have discussed that yesterday. I will repeat it, not an issue. Let me cover this first, okay?
Okay. We had a
So
class
subject
yesterday.
equal maths. Now in this subject column, we have. Are you asking something?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So subject equal maths. Now in the subject column, we will search for this maths. So this is maths. Okay. Is my voice breaking, guys, or is it audible clearly?
Sir,
I
audible.
think
It's lagging.
Yeah, screen is quite lagging, like there is some latency, but
Lagging. Okay. Just
everything
a
is
minute.
fine.
Just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, okay? I'm trying to change the network and maybe it should not be lag. So how is it now? Is it still lagging? How is it now, guys? Are you finding it a little bit better? Is it okay now?
So
Can you hear me
voice is
properly?
okay. Yeah.
Screen is visible?
Yes.
Is the screen visible? Okay. Let me know if the voice is lagging or it is breaking in between again, okay? So now we are searching for subject maths. So this is maths. So this first record is maths. This is selected. This is physics. So this is rejected. These two are maths. This is selected. This is physics. This is rejected. Now, if you will check, this is the record which is satisfying both the condition. This is the record which is satisfying both the condition. And this is the record which is satisfying both the conditions, right? So that's why net we will select this set of records. And this will be because these are the set of records which is satisfying both the conditions. And this is how and or and operator is executed. So whenever you have a requirement where there is a strict requirement that all the conditions has to be satisfied, you have to use and operator. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the same query, now suppose if I will use OR, I will use OR here. Now, this is the output. Tell me one thing, the output of this OR condition, we are getting this output. And when I have used AND condition here, we have this output. Both the outputs are different, right? Let's try to understand how this OR operator will be executed, right? So again, in this query, first of all, from a student, it means you will take a copy of the student table. So let me take a copy. This is our student table, right? Okay. This is the student table. Now, what is the first condition here? A result equals pass. This is the first condition. Result equals pass. So here, if you will check, this is pass selected. This is pass selected. This is pass. This is pass selected. And this two are failed. This is rejected. This is also rejected. This is also rejected. Okay. This is based on the first condition result equals pass. Now here in this query, you have another condition as well, which is OR operator. Okay. And then we have written subject equals maths. So now we have to check the next condition subject equals maths. Now my question is, listen carefully and then answer. So here you have the OR operator. So the next condition subject equals maths. You will test this condition on the selected records or the rejected records.
On the rejected records.
Rejected records, right?
Rejected one, right? And this is the main difference. This is the main difference between and an OR operator. Now on this rejected set of records, I will check the next condition. Subject equals maths. So this is maths. All these are rejected. So finally, this all you have selected. And then this is also selected. So that's why finally this will be the output, right? So this is the difference between AND operator and OR operator. AND operator is very strict. It will check the second condition on the records, which will clear the first condition. Okay. But OR operator is flexible. It will give you two options. Either you fulfill the first condition or you fulfill the second condition, we will hire you. Now, suppose in the same company, ABC Private Limited, there is an interview, same round one and round two. Now, suppose the management of the company has told that you either clear round one or you clear round two. It means they want to test that you should be good in SQL or you should be good in Python. Anyone, we will hire you. So now tell me who will be hired, John, Tom, or Sarah?
So all of three.
Sorry, all three.
Yes,
How Sarah will be
because
hired here? Sarah has failed in round one, right? Okay. And then maybe in round two, suppose he has cleared
yeah,
round two, then she will be hired, right? Now, suppose I have
yeah,
one more here, Abdul. Abdul has failed in round one. Abdul has failed in round two as well. So now here you have Abdul, John, Tom, Sarah. Who will be selected if it is this condition, either round one or round two?
John, Tom, and Sarah.
John, Tom, and Sarah will be selected. John has cleared only round one. Tom has cleared both the round. That is well and good. Win-win situation for him. Sarah has cleared round two. So John, Tom, and Sarah, they have cleared either round one or round two or both the round. It is fine. They will be selected. But Abdul has not cleared any of the round. So he will be rejected. Is this clear now?
Yes.
Any question? Okay, got it. So this was AND operator and OR operator. Here I have shown you AND operator for two conditions. But similarly, you can use this for n number of conditions, 3, 4, 5. So we will share assignment today. Then it will be more clear to you when you will work on the assignment. Fine. Shall I proceed further if you don't have any question? If you have any question, please feel free and ask. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Okay, I think it is clear. Now, there is a concept of null. Anyone knows what is null? No? Okay. Null is nothing but it's like uh, it's a very important concept in SQL. Okay. And 10% complexity in SQL is because of this null. And in your interview, I'm very much sure you will get a minimum at least one question from null. I'm very much sure. Either you're going for data analyst or data engineering or any other job profile, they will ask you one question related to null. Okay. So before that, we have to understand what is null, and then we will discuss how it behaves in SQL. And down the line, what all keywords, what all concepts I'll be teaching you in each and every, almost in each and every concept, we will discuss the behavior of null, how null behaves with them. Okay. But before that, let's try to understand what is this null. Okay. Now, suppose I have a small retail store. Oh, fine. Here I have a column that is transaction ID. Then I have a column customer name. Then I have a column here, transaction amount. Fine. I have those three columns. Transaction ID is 101. Customer name is John and transaction amount is 200. So what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is customer name John, he has bought something for 200 rupees and the transaction ID is 101. This is clear, right? No confusion. Okay. Now, after that, I have a transaction ID 102. Now, this is Tom and it is 0 here. What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is Tom has visited our store, but maybe he was not interested in any product, right? And that's why he has not bought anything. And so that's why I have marked it as 0, right? Many times it happens in many business that even if you will visit their store, they will make an entry of your name, your contact number. Okay. So that if the product what you are looking and if they have down the line in their inventory, they will give you a call, right? So similarly here, I have made a note of this customer Tom and I have marked 0 here, right? Now suppose if my manager will ask me that Tanvir, okay, here for John you have marked as a 0. So this is fine. From this we can understand that John has purchased something for 200 rupees or dollars. Why for Tom it is 0? Okay. So I will tell that Tom has not bought anything. He was not interested in any product. So that's why we mark it as a 0. So far is the story clear? Fine. Now then I have Sarah. Transaction ID is 103 and this is blank. This is blank. Now suppose my manager will tell me that Tanveer, why for Sarah the transaction amount is blank. Okay. Now see, in the world of database or in the world of SQL, generally when we put blank, it means we are waiting for the data. We are waiting for the data. So here I mark it as a blank. It means I'm sure that Sarah has done some transaction. Sarah has done some transaction, but I'm not sure what is the value of that transaction. In many business, you have a different team, like sales team will be there, accounts team will be there, right? Billing team will be there. So maybe I'm sure that Sarah has done some transaction, but the billing team, okay, or the accounts team, they are still processing it. So that's why I don't know what is the exact value of this transaction. And that's why I have kept it as a blank because I'm waiting for the exact value. Then I will mark it here. So that's why we put blank. Many times you will see in the table, the value will be blank. So blank means you know the transaction has happened. Sarah has purchased something, but you have not received the exact value that what was the amount of transaction she has done. Is this clear? Okay. So now tell me, can I put 0 here?
No,
If
sir.
I'm not sure, if I'm not sure about the value of the transaction, what Sarah has done. So meanwhile, can I put 0 here? Yes or no?
No. No.
No, maybe.
No. Why no?
Because we are not confirmed, right? Like she bought
Because
something
we are
or
not.
not. We are waiting.
No, no, no.
Zero
It is
also has a
confirmed
value,
that.
no, sir. Zero means she didn't for sure buy anything. But here we are
Hmm,
sure she bought something, but we are not sure the amount. So if we put zero, that means literally she didn't buy anything. So we can't put zero is what I think.
correct. See, we are sure that Sarah has purchased something. Correct. We have a clear-cut information that Sarah has purchased something. That is sure. But we are not sure about the value of the transaction. That is why I kept blank here, right? Correct. Because I'm waiting for the data. Maybe in another 1 minute, 2 minutes, or one day, I will get that value and I will put it here, right? Now, suppose I will mark it 0 and I will publish this result to my stakeholders or with my manager. So they will be under the impression that Sarah has not purchased anything. That's why Tanveer has marked this as 0. Am I correct?
Yes.
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 Correct, no? The meaning will change. They will think that, oh, Sarah has not purchased anything. That's why it is 0, right? So now tell me, do you think blank and 0, they both are same?
No.
No, they both are not same, right?
Yes.
So if you have marked as 0, it means it is clear cut. The transaction has not happened here. I mark this 0 in front of Tom. It means it is clear cut that Tom has not done any transaction, right? Suppose I'm taking a SQL test, okay, and suppose a student Rajesh has scored 0 marks. So it is clear cut that all his answers were incorrect or he has not responded to any question. That's why it is 0. There is no confusion, right? So 0 is
Yeah.
a concrete number. There is no confusion, right? In the case of Sarah, I put blank here because I was not clear. I was not having clear information about the value of the transaction. That's why I kept here blank. So blank means you know that Sarah has done transaction, but what is the value of the transaction? What is the weight of the transaction? We are not clear. That's why we put blank. And now if you will put zero instead of blank, the meaning will change. So that is why blank and zero are different in the world of SQL or database. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, next one, 104. Then you have a student whose name is Yusuf. I have marked it null here. One more thing I want to tell you. In SQL, you write null all in uppercase, all in lowercase, or any other case. They all are same. So please don't get confused that Tanvir, you have written null all in uppercase here. You have written null all in lowercase here. No, they both are same. Don't get confused here. Okay. Now in front of Yusuf, I marked it as a null. Now my manager will be confused and he will ask this question that Tanvir, you marked zero in front of Tom. You told that Tom has not purchased anything. So this was clear to us. You marked blank in front of Sarah. You told that you are waiting for the value of the transaction. And when you will receive that value, you will update it here. That is also fine. You kept it blank. Then what is this null, right? Many a times you will see in the database in SQL, the value will be null. Okay. What is this null? Why you have marked null here? Now listen to this. We mark null when we are not sure what exactly has happened. Okay. What was the value or what exactly has happened? I'm not sure about that. So in those cases, we mark this as a null. So Yusuf, he visited my store, but I don't know whether Yusuf purchased something or he has not purchased something. I don't have a clear cut information. Maybe he has purchased something and still the billing is in progress. Maybe he has purchased something and the transaction is over in some period of time. I will get the exact value. Maybe he has purchased something and the transaction has failed. So a lot of possibilities are there, but I don't have a clear picture that what has happened with Yusuf. He has bought something or not. He has bought something, transaction has failed. He has bought something, transaction was passed. He is still trying to buy something, or maybe he has not purchased anything. I don't know. I don't have a clear picture. So when you don't have a clear picture what exactly happened, we mark it as a null. Is this clear?
Yes.
Then now you might be thinking, Tanvir, then what is the difference between null and blank? Can anyone try to answer this?
Sir, in blank, we are confirmed. We are make sure that, like, we are sure that Sarah
Hmm.
buys something, right? So that the key difference maybe. In null, we are not confirmed, like whether you should buy or not.
Good. See, in the case of blank, that is Sarah, one thing was clear, no? One thing was clear. What was that? That yes, Sarah has purchased something. That was clear. Okay. I know it that Sarah has purchased something. And I was waiting for that data, that what is the transaction amount, right? But in case of Yusuf, I don't have any idea whether he has purchased or not. Maybe he has purchased something, he has done some transaction, but I don't have any idea because I have not received that information yet. Maybe the billing team is still processing it. The accounts team is still processing it, right? That's why I don't have any clue. So when you mark null, it means you don't have any clue what exactly has happened. Maybe Yusuf has done a transaction of $1 million, possible, but I have not received any such information. That's why I mark it as a null. Is this clear?
Yes.
I have a question. So we can update after knowing the issue.
Correct. Maybe after that, and this happens when you're dealing with huge transaction. When you are, suppose, you are working for a real estate project, okay, and there the client has visited the site, and you are selling flats for 5 CR. Okay. Client has visited the site, but you don't know exactly what client has done. Maybe he has booked some amount or committed amount is there. We don't know about that, right? So in that case, you will wait for this and you will mark it as a null. Maybe after one day, you will get a clear-cut information that yes, Yusuf has done this transaction of of 1 million or something, 0.1 million or thousand, something, whatever the amount will be. Then you will update it here with the correct value, whatever you have. But as of now, when you don't know what exactly happened, we mark it as a null. Maybe Yusuf has visited the store and he was not interested in any of the product. So then in that case, when I will receive that information that Yusuf has not bought anything, I will replace this with zero. But as of now, do I have any answer that what has happened with Yusuf? I don't have any answer, right? That's why I will mark it as a null. Is this clear?
Sir, in real time
Yeah.
scenarios, let's say we don't
Mm,
know what happened with Yusuf, we will be
mm.
in the sense we humans will be marking it as null, or the whatever softwares or platforms whichever we will be using to process the data, they itself will be marking them as null. How that works, sir, in real time scenario?
Who is training that platform? We human beings are only training, right?
Yes.
We will write that logic, right? So we are the one who means if you're working as a data engineer, it is you, because data engineers are the one who are loading the data in different tables, applying transformation logic. So when you are applying the transformation logic, when you're creating the data pipelines, in that scenario, in that phase, you have to implement this condition. Okay. And generally, I cover all those things in the ETL course. So generally, when the source team will send you data, they will keep this as a null. Okay. So marking null is not in our hand. This is in the hand of the source team, because they are the one who are close to the business. They know what all transactions has happened. As a technical guys, our responsibility is to just load the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, right? And maybe on top of that, if you want to prepare any machine learning algorithm, you can create that. But what all transaction has happened in the business, we don't know that, right? Suppose if I'm working for Amazon as an engineer, so it is not in my hand that how many customers are doing transaction, what is the value of the transaction, right? I will just get the data that, okay, this is the data of the state. Please load this in the table and analyze it, right? Hope that is clear.
Yes, sir, makes sense.
Okay. So now tell me, instead of null, can I mark it zero?
No.
You cannot mark this as a zero. If you will mark the zero, it means you are telling that you are sure that Yusuf has not done any transaction, right? Are you sure that Yusuf has not done any transaction? You're not sure, right? So that is why we will mark this as a null. So null is nothing but a bucket of assumptions. It has a lot of assumptions and you don't know what exactly is stored here. So that's why zero, blank, and null, they all are different. They are not same. And this is the business significance of zero, blank, and null. Hope this is clear to you. Now the question is, suppose in the same student table, okay, let me insert a value here. And whenever you have to insert null, you just have to write null like here, but that should not be within quotes. You just write NULL. In lowercase or uppercase, they both are same, but you should not keep it within quotes. Okay. Now let me run this. We check data. So this is the what happened. Value was not inserted. Slow little bit, I think. It is slow. Let me check. Still not. It has not been inserted. What? Sometime it will be slow. Just give me 1 minute, guys. One minute. I think it is down for maintenance. Just a minute. Can you hear me? Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Responding properly. Um, and now this is student table, and I've stored a value null here. So you could see this is null. If it is coming as a hyphen only, it is null. But in few of the database, like if you're working on Microsoft SQL Server, it will be displayed as NULL here. Okay. And even this Oracle on which I'm teaching you, this is open source, right? So if you work on the licensed version of Oracle, there as well you will see it will be written as NULL null. This will be in gray. Okay. So this is the null here. Okay. I have shown you how to insert null in a table. Now, suppose the question is, my manager is telling me, then will show me all the records where result is null. Is the question clear? I have to show all the records where result is null. So in that case, what I have to do, I'll write here, select a star from student where result equals null. Let me check the output. Oh, it is telling no data found. How it is possible? We have a record result null, right? I'm executing this query because my manager told me to display the record, so result is null. I'm executing this query, but the SQL engine is telling that there is no such record. What is the issue? Any idea, anyone? What has happened here?
Engine is trying to find the values that goes with NULL,
Hmm.
which
So
are
I have
not
that,
there.
right? It is there, no? I've inserted this NULL. It is there, and I have shown you here as well. This is here, right? Then why engine is telling that there's no such record, no data found? Why?
Because null value is not comparable, like we can't go with the equal to operator.
Okay, almost good. Any other thought? Okay, see, now listen carefully. It's a very interesting scenario. We have null record in this student table, but still I'm executing this query and it is telling no data found. Why? Okay. The reason is, what is a null? What is a null? No, I don't have to keep it in quotes. Never put null in quotes. Okay. What is a null? Do you know the meaning of exact null or the value of null? Anyone? What is the value of null? No, we don't know that. And
The
that's why I
non-positive
marked
null.
here that null is nothing but a bucket of assumptions because you don't know. Like here, my manager asked me, Tanvir, why you have put null here. So what I have answered? I answered that sorry, I don't have a clue. I don't have an idea that what Yusuf has done, whether he has done transaction or not. Maybe he has done transaction and that has failed. Maybe he has done transaction and that has passed. Have I given any concrete answer to my manager? No. So that is why null is a bucket of assumptions. I'm just telling my assumptions to my manager that maybe this would have happened, that would have happened, right? But I don't have any concrete answer. So null is a bucket which is full of assumptions only. Now,
I have a
tell me
question.
one
But
thing. Yeah,
what if you write instead of the equal sign, what if you write that select all record from student where result you said is, if you use is null.
why I should write is why? Why I should write is. Now, that's a good, but tell me why I should write is. That is my question. You are telling me the solution, right? My question is why this has failed? Why I cannot use equal? This is my question. Suppose interview will ask you this question that why you cannot use equal, right? That is what first let's try to understand why we cannot use equal. Okay, why this has failed. Okay, I know that if I will write is here, this will work. Let me show you this. It is giving the output, which is correct. But my question is why equal will not work?
Equal
Is my
will
question
not
clear?
work because equal is used to my understanding is used to found numeric or string values.
Numeric or string values. Okay. Okay. Take us. I will keep it in a string then. Still it is selling no data found.
Can we say
Let's try
equal
to.
is used when the we are certain there is no assumption? That is when we use an equal. But since null indicates assumption, then
Correct.
equal is not the operator to use there.
Correct. Correct. To a certain extent, your answer is right. Let's try to understand the meaning of equal operator. If someone will ask me Tanveer, what is your weight? Okay. So I will tell my weight is 70 kg, comma 75 kg, comma 80 kg, comma 85 kg. Does this make sense?
No.
Does this make sense? No. You will be confused what is my weight, right? Similarly, if someone will ask me, what is your age? I will tell 30, comma 35, comma 40, comma 45. Can you tell me what is my age? Not clear, right? So equal operator, this always works on a single value, not on a set or series of value. Agree? In our primary school, we have studied x equals 10, y equals 5 in mathematics, something like this. So whenever you are using equal operator, you have to use a single value here. Then only it will make sense, right? If someone is asking me weight, and if I will write this number, it will not be clear what is my weight. Instead of this, if I will write weight equals 75, then it will be clear that, oh, my weight is 75 kg. It will be crystal clear, right? So equal operator, it works only on a single data. Is this clear? Is this
Yes.
clear? You all know this, right? Similarly, when you are using equal here, so do this null has one concrete value? No, this null is a bucket of assumption which has a lot of values which you don't know, right? Now this equal, you're comparing with all those assumptions. So do you think this will work? That is the reason it doesn't work. And that's why I have written here that null is a bucket of assumptions which has a lot of values which you don't know. And that's why if you will use equal with null, it doesn't work. Even you have null in this table, this query will tell no data found. Why? Because this comparison will not work here. Equal works only on a single value always, not on a multiple values. Now see, suppose here, if my manager will tell me, then we display the records of only those students whose ID is 1. So what I will write here? I will write select star from a student where ID equals 1. Do you think this query will work?
Yes.
Yes, obviously it will work. Why? Because with equal, how many values I have used? Only one value. And this is the nature, this is the behavior of equal operator. It works only with a single value, right? Now I will execute this. It is giving me correct output. All the records with ID 1, right? Now, same time, if I will write 1, comma 2, do you think this query will work?
No.
No, it will
No.
not work. Why? Because equal has a behavior that it works with a single value only. How many values you have passed here? Two values. That is why this equal operator will be confused that should I compare ID with 1 or should I compare ID with 2? As a result, it has thrown error message. Same thing has happened here. Do you know the value of null? Do you know the
No.
value of null? No,
No.
you don't know. It is a bucket of assumptions because you don't have a concrete answer for it. And that is why equal operator fails to capture null record, even if it is present in the table. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now the question is that how to capture it, how to display the null records. Because now you see, now here we have only, I think, 10, 12 records. In the real-time project, we'll be dealing with millions of records. and maybe thousands of records has a null values, and you have to display that, right? So in that case, then what to do? So in this scenario, to capture null, equal operator will fail. So that's why we have to use this special keyword is. So this is used exclusively to capture null only in the entire SQL. There's no other use case of this. Now you see, I will execute this query. And now you have the correct output, the record with null. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So it is like null is a notorious criminal. Okay, your local state police cannot capture it. Then you have to contact FBI or Interpol, right? So that is what this is. It's a special team of police who will capture this notorious criminal or data null. It cannot be captured by equal operator. And that's why it needs a special treatment. And we have used this is keyword, then it is able to capture it. And that's the reason to capture null, we use is keyword. Is this clear?
Yes, so
Okay. Guys, please respond, please interact, because I will tell you honestly what will happen. If the interaction is not good, I will also lose my interest. You can be very honest here. So don't be a silent audience. Okay, this is not theoretical. They're not teaching history or civics. Just you will listen and you will sleep. So this is technology, this is science. If you are understanding, you must ask question. If you're not asking, I will think that you're not understanding it. Challenge it, whatever I'm teaching. If it is not clear, ask question. Challenge my concepts. That no, Tanvir, I don't agree with this. How it is possible? How that is possible? Don't only digest whatever I'm teaching it. Okay. So hope this is clear. Now here I have inserted null in which column? And this result column, right? Which is a varchar. Can we insert null in a ID column which has numbers? Is that allowed?
No.
Yes, that is
yes.
also allowed. So null you can put in any column your wish. Now see here I will show you. I will mark this ID as a null and the name is E and maybe subject is physics and let me change this to fail or something.
I have a contribution to make.
Hmm.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think well, I will agree that yes, you can assign null value on the ID, maybe because you've not declared the ID as the primary key. Because to my understanding here with this query, let me say ID will be the primary key. That was why I had said null, because primary key shouldn't be cannot be null, neither can it be duplicate.
Good. So I totally agree with you. Okay, but I have not covered the primary key yet, so I will not discuss much on that. Maybe the new participant, those who are very new, they will get confused. But primary key is in our syllabus, we will discuss it. But your understanding is right, Abraham. If this ID column is a primary key, it will not accept null. That is correct. I totally agree. But here I have not assigned primary key to this ID column, right? Do you think I have assigned primary key to this ID column? No, I have not assigned. So that is why it will accept it. If I have made this ID column as a primary key, then it will not accept. That is a different scenario. In that case, even if the result, if I will assign a primary key, it will not accept null here as well. Okay, so I am not discussing about that intervention of primary key here. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, I
Yes,
got
sir.
it.
I have
Okay.
a question.
But your understanding is right. You are totally correct that Tanvir, if this ID is a primary key, it will not accept null. You're right. Okay. But here I have not assigned any column as a primary key. Okay, I'm discussing about that scenario. Okay, so you could see one row is inserted, and if you want to check the record, let me show you that. Select star from a student. So you could see we have this null here. So null, you have full freedom. You can insert null in a column which has numbers or in a column which has alphabets. Anywhere you can
Did
put null.
date column.
Yeah. Sorry?
In date column
Date
also we
column.
use like
Yes. In date column as well, you can put null.
and decimal like we are using data to
There
decimal.
also you can put null. Yes.
Which means we use null everywhere in any column.
That's what I'm telling. You can put null in any column.
Or I have a question like in a single row, can we use more than one null? Is it possible?
One record. Yes, it is also possible. Let me show you that. Suppose now I will insert a new record. Here, suppose ID is null. Suppose name is also null. Okay. Suppose this result is also null. I'm keeping 3 columns null. Now check this. This record is inserted, right? If you want to verify this, you can check from here. See, it is null, null, null.
Okay.
So we can insert
It is
with
clear.
the name and null both together.
Name and
Null, like giving space.
no, that you cannot do. At one time, you can put only one value, no?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense if you're putting 2 values here. That doesn't have any business significance, right? Right? You can put only one value. Now, suppose here, in this case, if I will put null comma 500, what is the meaning of this? There's no business significance, right? You either put 500 or you put null, anyone. Hope it is clear. But you have to be careful when you are inserting null, that should not be within quotes. You see, I have inserted null here. This is not within quotes. If you will put this in quotes, that will become a data, and that will not be null anymore. Any other questions so far?
Yes, I
Hope
have
you
a question.
understood this difference. Yeah.
What will happen if you don't specify as null and leave it blank?
What will happen if we don't?
Specify as null, not zero, and leave it completely blank.
So that will be this blank scenario. That is a different scenario. If you will keep it blank, let me show you that as well. 1 minute. Suppose I want to insert a new record. This ID is 6, and suppose name is John, subject is physics, and this I will keep it as it is. Just within quotes, I will not write anything. Okay, so this will be blank. Okay, this is blank. Now, one thing I want to explain you here. In this student table, John, you're getting hyphen for blank as well. Because this Oracle platform on which we are practicing now, this is open source. So here, when you will mark null, that will also be hyphen. When you will mark blank, right? You see here, this value. This is blank. Okay. This will also be hyphen only. Okay. But when you work on the licensed version, this blank will be totally blank and null will be written NULL null. Okay. It will be like this. Let me show you that. So this will be like this, and this null will be like this. This is null. This is null. This is null. This is null, and this is null. Okay, but in this table, now if I will write here, select a start from a student where result is null. Okay, now check the output. It will give me only these values. One minute. Not take this one. Section physics. It has taken 1 minute. Just taken this has not. Just a minute, guys. Result have given. Thank you. It is treating this as a null. Okay. So that's an exception here. Okay. Now this is not behaving correctly. It should not display this value. Oh, just a minute. It should not display this one. It is not behaving correctly here. When you're writing result is null, it will display you only these two values because this two values has value null. This is not null. This is blank. So I think this is open source. So that's why it is not giving you correct output. I will show you this on the Microsoft SQL Server as well. So there you will find, or if you have the licensed version of Oracle in your laptop, your official laptop, you will see that this blank, whatever I have given here, that will not be captured using is null. To capture blank, we have a different keyword. Hope that is clear.
Yes.
Is that clear? Okay. We'll discuss blank in detail, but now I want to focus on null. It is null and how to treat it. Any other question? Anyone? Any other questions so far? No.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
We'll
my
take a short.
question will
Yeah, tell
be,
me.
yeah, my question will be between null values and the blank. Since you said you want to treat blank later, I don't know if you want to throw, because I was going to ask a simple question. What is the difference between a null and a blank?
Null and blank. This is the difference thing I have covered here. Is that your question?
Yes. So
Blank
what is the
means
difference? Yeah,
that
go ahead.
blank means you are waiting for the data. You have not received that yet, but you know the transaction has happened. Okay. So then you mark it as a blank. Null means you don't know whether the transaction has happened or not. You don't have any clue, no idea. Then we mark it as a null.
Oh, okay.
And the way how to insert blank is you have to just write within quotes like this. So this is blank. If you want to insert null, you have to write NULL without quotes. This is null. If you want to extract only null records, you have to write is null. Okay. If you want to, here it is not behaving correctly because I think this is an open source and that's a few parameters are missing here. It should not display this record. I will show you that Microsoft SQL Server, it will not display that. Okay. And to capture blank, we have to use trim function. I will explain you that. But right now I'm focusing on this null. Is this null part clear to everyone? Please confirm, guys, and to proceed further.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? Clear. Okay. Now, here I have used null is null. I am getting the null records. Now, suppose the question is that no, I am not interested in null records. Don't show me the null records. Okay. Then what to do? Then you have to write here is not null. If you're writing is not null, it means you are telling you don't want the null records. Let me run this. Check that. Now see here. To check this data, this output doesn't have any null record. Do you have any null record here in the result column? No null. So net summary is, if you want to capture null records, you have to use is null. If you don't want the null records, you have to use is not null. So this is clear. Okay. Let me show you a few more examples of for this null and is not null. Let's take this example. This null you have to understand very clearly, because whatever topics I'll be covering down the line, everywhere you will see, we'll discuss about the null. Okay. So this is our employee one table. Oh, I forgot to add one more record here. Just a minute. So this is the employee one table we have. Okay. And in this we have three columns: name, salary, department, and these are the values. Okay. Now suppose here my client is telling display me the records of name A only. Okay. Or the employee A only. So for that, I have to write this query, selected star from employee one, where name equals A, right? And I will get only records with name A. This is clear? You all know this, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now suppose the client is telling that I want the records of name A and name B as well if you have A as well as B. So one. It's name A. And if I have to show for name A as well as B, so I will write or name equals B, correct? Now when I will execute this, so it's not getting executed. Oh, B I don't have now. Suppose C.
There's no B in the table. Yeah.
There's no B. Suppose C. I'm getting A and C both. This is also clear,
Yes.
right? Now, suppose my client is telling that, okay, fine, Tanvir, you have shown employee A details here. I asked for A as well as C, so you're showing A as well as C details here. That is fine. But now, can you show me the details of employee whose name is either A or C or null? Is the question clear?
Yes.
Now my client is expecting me to display employee A details, employee C details, as well as employee whose name is null details. So all these three I have to display. Okay.
Okay.
So 1 minute here. And if you remember previous class, I have covered this concept that if you have multiple or, you can write like this in operator. Have we discussed that, guys? You remember?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So now my manager told that show me the details of employee A as well as C and null. All these three records he wants. Okay. So I've written this in operator A, C, null. Now let me check the output. So this is the output. So now tell me, do you think this is the correct output?
No.
No. Because if I will display this, for sure my manager will ask that, okay, fine, then you are showing you are displaying the information of this employee A. That's good. Employee C, that's good. Why you're not displaying for null? Null is also here. I asked you to display A, C, and null, all these three records. We're displaying only A and C. Why you're not displaying null in that? Is the question clear?
Yes.
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 Can you answer this? Why null is not getting displayed here? Although I have written null here, null is also present in this table. Then why null is not getting displayed here? What is the reason?
So you're
We
using
don't
the
know.
you are using the in function, right? Or the in
Mm,
clause
mm.
to look for a null value. The
Okay.
null value is not a known, it's not a known value on the table. So you won't be able to get that with the in clause. So if we wanted to be able to get that, we want to use the in for a, b, and add the or function, the or, yeah,
No,
clause to get.
I think to support you, you can add that as name is null. We add it to it, and where
Okay.
in will be for A and C.
Okay. I was asking the root cause why this is not giving null in the output. I appreciate you told the solution as well, but the question was why null is not there in the output. The reason is to capture null records. Which keyword is used?
Is.
Is.
Is. Correct. Right now here I have taught that whenever you have to capture null, you have to use is null keyword. Here, have I used is null here? No, you are using
No.
in null. In keyword doesn't have the power, it doesn't have the capabilities to capture null. Null can be captured only with the help of is keyword. So that is why even this null is present in this table, you're not getting in the output. So technically this query is correct, but functionally from business perspective, this is incorrect. Is this clear? I used to ask this question in interview. Many candidates, they fail. They will answer that this will give A, C, and null in that because they think that I have put null here, so this will display null as well. But they don't know that null can be captured only with the help of is keyword. Is that clear?
Yes.
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 Is that clear, guys?
Yes, it is.
Question number 5. Please read this question. In which scenario in operator fails? So in will fail in this scenario. You have to be very careful. Don't search null values within in. This will not throw error message, but this will fail to capture null, even if null is present in this table. And if you don't know this concept, you'll be under the impression that there is no null in this employee one table, right? But actually null record is present in this table. Hope this is clear.
Yes.
Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Now the question is that okay, fine, I cannot capture
Sorry, I
this
have a
null with
question.
the help. I'm coming to your question. Okay, yeah, please tell me.
Okay, so what if I write, can you please go back to the query window?
Yeah, sure.
What if I write select star from EMP1 where name name equals A or equals C or is null? Or
You mean this one?
yes.
Yeah, yes, this will work.
Okay.
This will work because here you are capturing null record with the help of is keyword. This is what I'm trying to explain, that whenever you have to capture null, you have to use is keyword. So this query is totally correct. This will work. Let's check the output. You are getting null here, you're getting A here, you are getting C here. But my focus was here that accidentally, if you will use null within this n, this will not give you this output, even though if it is present in this table. Okay,
Yeah.
hope that is clear to everyone. Or
Yes.
to simplify this further, you can also write this query like this: or name is null. Remove it this from here. This is also fine. Check the output. Are you getting the correct output? Okay, clear? So this part was interesting. Many times I have seen data analysts or the business analysts. They want to capture certain records and then null as well because they're doing some analysis. And by mistake, within n, they will write null. And if they're not getting null in the output, they will think that, oh, there is no null in the table, right? So that's why technically this query is correct, but from the business perspective, this is an incorrect. Fine. Hope this is clear, guys.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, weak response. Not sure if everyone has understood. If you all have understood, well and good.
Yes, sir.
Now let me. Okay, good. Let me proceed further. These all are basic concepts, but very important concepts. I'm teaching you all those things based on my experiences. We have faced a lot of problem because of this null. This scenario which I am teaching you, we have faced issues because of this. Our business analyst, he has executed this query and there was no null in the output. He was happy that, oh, we don't have any null in the table. But actually there were a lot of null records in this table. When we have done the root cause analysis, then we discovered that, oh, this null fails to capture null. This in fails to capture null. So that's why you have to be very careful. Okay. Now, next scenario. I told you about n, then we have not in as well. Not in A. Any guess what is the meaning of this query? Not in A.
Well, it will leave A and show all the records.
We'll leave A and it will show all the records. Okay, good. Any other thought, anyone? And please, if you will message in the chat box, no, I don't read the message in the chat box. I get distracted. I'm very sorry for that. So if possible, please reply. Okay. If you're writing not in, it means you are telling that I'm not interested in A. Don't show me the A. So this is the meaning of not in. Is that clear? So you have written not in A. So you're telling please don't show me the records which has the name A. Fine. Now let me execute this. And listen very carefully. This is very confusing concept which I'm going to teach you. Let me run this query. I'm getting D, F, and C in the output. Just tell me yes or no. Do you think this is correct output or not?
No.
No.
Why no?
Okay, based on the query, it's correct because you just, oh no, it's no because even if we are getting the output without the A, there's also an output that is a null value that is excluded in this result.
Good, good. Okay. And I think you all agree, right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Now see, here when I executed this query, I have told to the SQL engine that I'm not interested in A. Don't show me A, right? Like suppose I want to buy a shirt, right? I went to a shop. I told to the salesman that, hey, I don't want, suppose Levi's shirt. Don't show me this. So apart from Levi's, what all brand he has, he will show me all the brands, right? Maybe Wrangler or whatever he has, he will show me all the brands, correct? Similarly, I'm telling here, I'm not interested in A. It means it has to display all the records apart from A. So apart from A, you have D here. D is getting displayed. That is good. You have F here. F is getting displayed. That is good. You have C here. C is getting displayed. That is good. What about null? Null is not getting displayed, right? So this is a concern that why null is not there in the output, right? Got it? We will discuss that why null is not coming in the output, but hold on for 1 minute. Now, if I will write here, not in null. Now, what is the meaning of this query? What is the meaning of this query? I'm asking the meaning. Don't tell me the output. There's a difference, meaning and output. What is the meaning of this?
Meaning is like we don't want null value in the shown display.
Good. I think you all will agree. The meaning of this query is I'm telling to the SQL engine that from this employee one table, I am not interested in null record. Don't show me the null record. Show me all the records except null. So if I will execute this output, what should be, or if I will execute this query, what should be the output?
A, D, F, and C.
A, D, F, and C. You all agree? Yes? Let me run this. Oh my God. It is telling no data found. I'm surprised. Let me run this again. Oh, it is telling still no data found. How is it possible? I have told to the
Because
SQL engine that don't show me null record and it is telling no data found. How it is possible? First of all, do you agree with this output?
No.
Do you
no,
agree with this output? No. Suppose if I will run this and I will show this to my manager that there is no data found. So the manager will be under the impression that, oh, it means all the records are null only, right? That is why the SQL query is telling no data found. Do you think this is expected output?
No.
No. Now the question is why this query is telling no data found? We were expecting that it should display me A, D, F, and C, but it's telling no data found. How? Can anyone try to answer this?
Can you repeat the question?
So
The question, 1 minute. Let me repeat this. Sorry. 1 minute. Let me repeat this. The question is, I executed this query not in null. The meaning is I'm not interested in null record. So in this table, I'm telling SQL engine to display all the records except null. So except null, all the records are A, D, F, C. So this set of records should be there in the output when I will run this query. But when I executed this query, I'm getting no data found. So I'm a bit confused here that why engine is telling no data found. I was expecting this output. So why engine is giving no data found output here? That is what I'm asking.
Okay, so based on the condition of the null, so the null only go with the is keyword, is clause.
Okay.
So if you don't want any null value, so you should be going with is null. It's not null.
Okay, that is again the solution you are telling. That okay, Tanvir,
Yes.
if you don't want null records, you use is not null. Name is not null. That is the solution you are giving me. And I agree with this. This is the correct solution. I'm not getting null record. That is fine. I agree with this. But my question is when I executed this query, why it is telling no data found? I'm asking the root cause for this, that why this query has failed here.
Can I say something? You said earlier that when we use in, we must have multiple values. So this null, one, we are not even supposed to use it with in, and is also a single value. So let's assume there were other values in it, in the brackets, then maybe we can use in.
But here as well, I have used only single value, not in A, and it is working here. At least it is giving some output.
So
and one thing, hold on. There is no such concept. And I know like this is a misconception many people have. There is no such concept that within in you have to use multiple values. No, you can use single value as well. Let me show you. Just a minute. Within in, how many values I have used? Only single value. So do you think this query will fail? No, not at all. If you are using in operator, there is no such rule that it should have multiple values. Even if you have a single value, it is allowed. You can use in. Check the output. It is giving you the output. Okay. Similarly, if you're using not, there is no such rule that it should have multiple values. You can use single value as well. That is allowed. First of all, this point is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to this, that why this query is telling no data found.
I'm assuming theoretically all the syntax is working, but from the back end, again, in theory the syntax is wrong.
Or maybe
Syntax is wrong. If syntax is wrong, it should throw error message, no?
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm assuming even if you remove not, even if you keep in null, still it will say no data found or something like that.
Okay.
So
any other thought quickly?
As you mentioned earlier that it's like null is a bucket of assumptions. So when we are putting it in a not in null, so the SQL is confused that what should it ignore while displaying the data. So because of that, it is not showing any data there.
Okay. Fine.
To me,
Let's.
not in,
Yeah.
not in.
Hmm.
We definitely return, no record, when compared against unknown value.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's
Well,
discuss this. How this is getting. Yeah.
well, as per my understanding here,
Hmm.
in act as a equal operator, right? And equal doesn't
Hmm.
suppose null value. So again, the assumption point and SQL thing that there is no value command in the brackets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do one thing here now. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Let's take this example first of all. Then I will jump to that because then it will be easy for you to understand. Suppose now I have this employee table and you have this values in this employee table. You have this values in this employee table. There is no null here. First of all, I want to show you the straightforward or the plain vanilla scenario of not in, where ID not in or ID not in 1. I'm getting this output 2, 3, 4. First of all, let's try to understand if we have not in, then how the SQL executes the query. First of all, we'll try to understand this. Then I will explain you that scenario. This is the output. Here, do you agree with this output, guys?
Yes.
I have told here not in 1. It means I'm not interested in 1. So except 1, engine has to display me all the records. So I'm getting all the records. So here the output is as per the expectation. Everything is fine. But let's try to understand how the engine will execute this query from employee. So first of all, let's take a copy of this employee table. Here you have the employee table. Then you have the filter condition here where ID not in 1. It means you are telling in the ID column, you don't want 1, right? So in this ID column, you don't want 1. So engine will check one by one each and every record in this ID column. Do you want this record? First record? No, because you have told here that you don't want 1. So this will be rejected. Clear? Do you want this record too?
Yes.
Yes, because you have told about 1 that you don't want 1, right? Here, what is the value? This is 2. So it means you want 2, right? You have told you don't want 1. This is 2. It means you want 2, right? Okay. So 2 will be displayed. What is the next value?
3.
3. Do you want this value?
Yes.
Yes, because you have told you don't want 1. It means you want 3. What about 4? You
Yeah.
want this as well, right? So that is why in the output you're getting 2, 3, 4. And this is how the not in works. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
This is clear, right? Okay. Now let's discuss about this query, how this is getting executed. First of all, from employee 1. So this is your employee 1 table. Okay. We have mentioned not in null. It means in which column? Name column. In the name column, you are telling you don't want the null record. That is the meaning of this query. You don't want null record. Do you want A?
Yes.
Tell me. Yes. Do you know what is stored within this null?
No, we
Maybe
don't know.
this you don't know because this is
No.
a bucket of assumption. Maybe
Yeah.
this null will be having value A. Maybe possibilities are there, right? Chances are there
Yes.
because you don't know the exact value of null. So how you can confirm me that Tanvir, this is not A, this null is not A? Can you tell me with full 100% guarantee that this null is not A? Anyone?
No. No, we cannot.
You cannot give you that guarantee because I've told you null is a bucket of assumption. We don't know the exact value. So maybe even 0.00001 percentage, but that chances are there that maybe this null is A. And if this null is A, it means you don't want this A to be displayed in the output. Is that clear?
Convey, I think I've lost in between the null and
Yeah,
the.
got it.
Where? This one? Can I explain this again?
Yeah, I mean, when we are doing not in null, I'm assuming the whole null 600 and sales, we don't want that the SQL to display that, and assuming that it should be displaying A, D, F, C, those four, but
Correct.
it is failing.
Even I was assuming the same thing that if I'm
Yes,
executing this query, it should display me ADFC, right? We all were
yes,
assuming the same thing, correct? We all were
yes,
on the
yes,
same page. But
yes,
when I executed this query, to my surprise, it has displayed no data found,
yes.
right? We were surprised here that why it is displaying no data found. I told not to display null records. So it means it has to display this set of records. It should display this records. But why it is telling no data found? We were surprised, right? So that is
Yes.
what I'm telling, I'm explaining that why this query has displayed this output no data found. What is the reason for this? That is what we're trying to understand. Okay.
Okay,
Shall I
understood.
continue from
Okay,
here?
yeah,
Okay. So here from employee one, first of all, Indian will take a copy of this employee one table. So here you have this employee one table. Then you have where clause. What is the meaning of where? Where means you want to apply filter. On which column you want to apply filter? Name column. What you have written? Not in null. It means you are telling you don't want null. Okay? So execution will start with the first record. Do you want A? You have
in theory,
written
yes.
here you don't want null, but maybe this null is having value A because
This
you
is where
know
I've
null
lost.
is a bucket of assumption. Sorry?
This is where I have exactly, I mean, I'm lost because, I mean, when you're saying null can carry A, this is where I'm lost. How can null can carry A?
I think
Because we don't know. One minute. Hold on. Like see here, I have marked Yusuf the transaction amount as null. So maybe this null can be zero. That maybe Yusuf has not done any transaction, right? Maybe Yusuf has done a transaction of 10 rupees. Maybe Yusuf has done a transaction of 100. Maybe Yusuf has done a transaction of 1 million. We don't know that. Do you know the value of null here?
Okay. I'm getting where you're going.
We don't
Okay,
know, right?
okay,
We don't know that.
okay,
Maybe Yusuf has not done any transaction. In that case, this null will be zero. Maybe Yusuf has done a transaction of 10 rupees. So in that case, this null will be 10. So do you know the value of null here? We don't know. It can be anything. It can be zero, can be 10, it can be 100, it can be 1 million, it can be 1 billion, anything. I don't know that, right?
okay.
Similarly, do you know the value of null here? You don't know that. This null may be A, it may be B, it may be C, it may be D, it may be E, it may be F, anything which you don't know. So how you can tell here that you don't want A? Maybe this null is storing A, maybe. So in that case, it means you don't want A, and that is why it is rejected. Coming to the next record, D. Maybe this null is storing D. Possibilities are there. So in that case, you're telling not in null, it means not in D. You don't want D. So this D will also be rejected. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah. Just one last question, not to extend more. Since ADFC has been, if I use the keyword implicit, so ADFC has been, those records were created and implicitly I can see ADFC. Still, can you, I mean, can we still say that null can also, I mean, again, can hold AD or FC?
Yes, yes, of course, it is possible. I'm not telling that this name is a primary key, that all the values will be unique. Maybe this employee A is working in tech department and the same employee A is working in sales as well. This happens in many companies. Same employee is handling multiple departments, right?
Okay.
Right?
Now this
So
makes
that
sense.
is why I don't know who is null here. It can be anything, A, B, C, D, anything. I don't know the name of this employee who is working in the sales department earning salary 600. This can be A, this can be B, this can be C, this can be anything, right? We don't know.
Yes,
So that is why when you are writing not in null, you are not telling exactly what you don't want, right? So that is why engine will reject A, it will reject D, it will reject F, because maybe null can be F here, right? Now coming to C, it will reject C as well. Maybe this can be C here, right? And as a result, all these records are getting rejected because engine doesn't have the clear-cut information that what is this null, what actually user wants to reject. And that's why as a result, it has rejected all the records. So technically this query is correct, sir. I'm telling this to everyone. Technically, this is correct. But if I will show this to a manager or to a stakeholder, they will tell that no, this is not correct query, right? Because not in null, they're expecting apart from null, it should give me all the other records. But technically, SQL query is performing as its normal operation here, as per the definition of null. The engine doesn't know what is the value of null. So that's why it is not displaying all these things. Now, suppose here, if engine will display these values, ADFC, it means you are clear that this null is not A. Then only it is displaying A here, no? But you know that null is a bucket of assumption. You don't know the exact value. Maybe it is storing A, maybe it is storing D, maybe it is storing F, maybe it is storing C. Then in that case, you have to reject everything. And that is what is happening here. Is that clear?
Yes, it's clear
Yes,
now.
sir.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so hope you have understood this, and please don't do these mistakes if you're writing SQL queries in project, and this will give you this output, and this kind of questions are asked in the interviews as well. So any other question, any last question? Sorry, we have missed 3 minutes. Those who wants to drop, okay, I thought of telling you about the Graphy platform. So we don't have time. I will explain you
I have
tomorrow
a
about the
question.
Graphy platform. 1 minute, hold on, please. I will explain you tomorrow about the Graphy platform. Meanwhile, those who are from India, you please log in, register yourself on Graphy. Hope you are clear with the steps. The international participants, US, UK, and I think France, Nigeria. For you, please connect with me after the class. Ping me on my personal window. I will guide you how to register. Yeah, please go ahead. What question you asking?
Can we run this same query, taking out the not, like select star in? No, I just want to see what result we'll get.
1 minute. Can you repeat the query, please? Select
Just
a
take
star.
out not. Yeah.
So tell me the query. Select a star from employee.
From, yeah, where ID in. No.
This one?
Yes.
I think we have already discussed this. Any guess what will be the output for this, guys? Can you capture null with the help of in keyword?
No.
No.
Yeah, but I want to see the output. I know we can't do
show you
this, but
Let me show this. No data found.
still, okay, I understand now. Thank you.
So technically this query is correct, but functionally incorrect. right?
Right.
If I will tell to my manager that there is no null in this table, he will not agree because in this employee table we have null records, right? So he will not agree. So that is what you have to understand. Sometimes the SQL query is technically correct, functionally incorrect. Sometimes functionally it will be correct, but technically incorrect. So you have to understand all those scenarios. Okay.
Thank you.
Fine then, guys. Hope okay, no problem. Fine then. Hope you have understood it. These are all the basic concepts and very important. So, and I need a quick feedback. How is the class going on? How is the pace? How is the content delivery? Do you think this lot of scenarios are confusing you? You are getting confused. You want me to reduce this number of scenarios? Any quick feedback, anyone?
I think the content is great.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
What
the
about
content.
pace?
So Tanvir, like I have a doubt.
Yeah,
So if you want to display like ADFC except null, so you can mention like is not is or is not anything like that.
Can you repeat your question?
Like I don't want to include except null. I want to display all the records, so I can mention like.
Can I stop you for 1 minute? I'm just taking the feedback and then I will come to your question. Okay. So I'll come to that. Yeah, please go ahead. Someone was telling about the feedback, about the pace,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, the content so far is really, really helpful, especially for us in the, dealing with data and just, practicing ETL on daily basis. Like the last scenario you gave, it's something I've never come across, but I think, it was a confused one before now, but I think you've really done a great job, in simplifying it for me.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Abraham. Any other who think that the pace is fast? Or do you think it is fine? Should I continue with the same pace? Or do you think the pace is slow? Anyone?
We are doing well with the space.
Pace is fine. No problem with that. That is fine.
Okay. And the scenarios, I know like we are discussing many scenarios. So don't you think this is confusing you and you guys want me to reduce the number of scenarios, or is it fine for you? Because down the line, be ready with a lot of more scenarios, especially when I will discuss count, group by, having, joins, window functions. So what do you suggest, guys?
These scenarios are good because
The scenarios. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, I'm just saying we are both saying the same thing. The scenarios are very perfect because it's reality. So
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
I think the more the scenario, the more understanding we get.
Good. Okay, fine. Okay, good. Any other?
Yeah, Tanvir, I mean, from my side, I can say we need both, what do you call, content topics, and then also we have to go with the time. So all I can say is certain topics you can cover like maybe some 3-4 different or 5 different topics. But I'm sure like going forward, once we cover the first week and second week, I think by the end of like second week, that's where I think a lot of new topics, when they are getting introduced, then it will take time for us to adjust the pace. So I would say go with the way that you're going right now for the first 2 weeks, and then slowly we can adjust from there.
Okay, totally agree. Fine, I appreciate that. So I think I have committed for 1 month. So hopefully the session will be over by 1 month. So no need to worry about the timelines. Okay. But fine, that's a good suggestion. Okay, thanks a lot for your suggestions and feedback, everyone. And down the line, if you need any other modification, you can let me know. Okay, not an issue. So yes, please go ahead. I think someone was asking that technical question about the null. Who was that? Who was asking? Can you please, Tarun, please ask what you're
Yeah,
asking.
so if you want to display records which are not null, like which are ID not having null. So can I use like not is not null, something like that?
Tell me the query. Select a star
Sometimes
from
maybe,
employee.
where
Where?
ID is not null or
ID
something is not null.
is not null, right?
Yeah, or not is null. Yeah. Yes.
Is not null. So I think I have already covered this, that if you don't want null records, you have to write ID is not null. Yes, this is correct query.
Okay.
This will give you the records which doesn't have null. Okay. But why I was explaining this many times, either in interview or sometime I have seen engineers, they're writing this query, not in null. So that is what I was trying to explain, that why this will fail and you should not use this. Okay.
Yes, yeah, got it.
Sir, I have a little question. Like, can you please explain me if you have time right now?
Also, sorry, now I have another commitment. Maybe can we connect tomorrow, Lakshay?
Oh, no problem. Let me do one thing.
Okay.
I will ping you over the WhatsApp, and then you can just give me a
Okay, sure.
reply.
Or you can. Okay, okay, sure, sure. I will reply there. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then, guys. I have to drop now. We will connect tomorrow, and I will share the Zoom invite tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.